This is a very short stream and a very harsh warning to all, keyword, all Gentiles who have become arrogant and puffed up and hate the Jewish people or the Israeli people. Romans chapter 11, verse 17 through 24. And if some of the branches were broken off, referring to some of the Jewish people who have been broken off, so you, Gentiles, could be grafted into the promise. Okay? And you, being a wild olive tree, were grafted in among them, and with them became a partaker of the root and the fatness of the olive tree, the promise that God gave Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Okay, that very promise. Some of you have been taken out, cut off, removed, and then some of the Gentiles have been grafted in. Do not boast against the branches. But if you do boast, remember that you do not support the root, but the root supports you. You will say then, branches were broken off that I might be grafted in. Well said. Because of unbelief, they were broken off. And you stand by faith. Do not be haughty or arrogant or puffed up, but fear. For if God did not spare the natural branches, he may not spare you either. Therefore, consider the goodness and the severity of God on those who fell, severity, but towards you, goodness, if you continue in his goodness. Otherwise, you also will be cut off, and they also, if they do not continue in unbelief, will be grafted in. For God is able to graft them in again. For you, or for if you are cut off out of the olive tree, which is wild by nature, and were grafted in, contrary to nature, into a cultivated olive tree, how much more will these, who are natural branches, be grafted into their own olive tree? So again, those of you who are not naturally born, naturally by blood, a Israeli person or a Jewish person, okay? If you who are Gentile, because all who are not Jew or Israeli are Gentile. If all Gentiles, if you who are Gentile become puffed up and arrogant, you will be removed. God himself will cut you off from the promise and remove you and cast you into the fire, which is known as the lake of fire and the second death, eternal damnation. That is a warning. So I speak to every puffed up, arrogant Gentile who is a conspiracy theorist, or speaking hate against the Jewish people, against you. Be careful lest you be cut off and removed and thrown into the fire. Without further ado, I end this.